this is my 8th visit to India, 7th visit to Dharamshala for the past 10 years. Our group, we have vice chairperson of Shen Xue from Canada, and also vice chairperson Jin Xiuhong from the United States, Seattle, United States, and also some other board members of the Federation for a Democratic China. A Federation for a Democratic China was actually set up in the wake of Tiananmen Square after Tiananmen Square massacre in Paris, France in September 1989. So we wish these two movements could closely work together for our aspiration to change China, to bring democracy to China, to give Tibetans their freedom for their either meaningful autonomy and to keep or preserve their culture, religion, and a language. This is the aspiration for Tibetans. So we are now working together for the past 30 years. So we are still keep going on that. Thank you very much.
My name is Xue Wei. First time I came to Dharamshala in 1996. Yeah. I met a lot of friends, including Soren Dabo. Yeah. And I met Dalai Lama, and we talk about 1 hour. I tell him the democracy movement, we have 3 principles. One principle is democracy principle. Second is peaceful principle. Third is transition principle. Tibetan people have a right to choose their future and political system. We support free Tibet. We support Tibetan people choose their system in future. Okay, let me introduce this. My Qi Jiazhen, this is my member, our member, and Sun Baoqiang, our member. Also had Liu Yilin, our member, and Zhang Renlin. Zhang Renlin, he's from mainland China, inside mainland China. Okay, and then okay, can you say something?
Okay, my name is Qi Jiazhen. I'm Qi's Cultural Foundation's founder. That's when my father my father died, 10 years anniversary. I formed Qi's Cultural Foundation in Australia to memorize my father, who was in jail for 23 years. Myself, in jail for 10 years, from the age 20 to 30s. I founded this foundation. We give award every year for Make a Better China award. In 2012, we give the award to a Tibetan filmmaker, Dun Zhu Wangqing. Our members came to Dharamshala, give the award to Dun Zhu Wangqing, who make a documentary film, put the fear behind. For the 25 minutes documentary film, he was jailed for 6 years. And Qi's Cultural Foundation also gave some funds to Dharamshala Education Department, the scholarship to students and the equipment funds. This year, January, Cheese Cultural Foundation gave 4,500 Australian dollars for their the school condition improvement and other equipment funds. Why we do that? Because we believe the Chinese and the Tibetans, the suffering, the disaster, their family, their personal destroyed. The reason, the cause, one, the same one, CCP, the one party system, then treated their own people, not only Han, also Tibetan people as their enemy. So we should work together to change the unfair, the injustice system, to do some hard work together. That's why Cheese Cultural Foundation always concern Tibetans people, Tibetans especially, the young people's education. Do whatever we could. We will continue to do so. Thank you.
The first time I supported our Tibetans' activity in Canada was March 10th of 1993. For the march of 26 years, that I feel that I'm very, very lucky because I have been moved and inspired by His Holiness and also my Tibetan friends a lot. And for 26 years, I attended many, many activities and gatherings and conferences in Canada to support our Tibetans community. And also, of course, as he was mentioned, that I traveled around the world to attend events that, especially when His Holiness to speak to conferences. And I just want to use this opportunity to tell that I tried my best to clarify some very basic sense of China. I published an article 17 years ago to recognize China as a terrorism state. Why this is very important? Because Tibetan and Chinese people have been persecuted so much under the Chinese tyranny, which is a terrorism state. And also, I had the opportunity when I was attend pan-international events, and I am as the vice president of Writer for Peace Committee, and to tell, face peak under tyranny is an extreme war. It's even worse than a war. The best example is Tibet and the Uyghur area in China. So our same goal is to achieve freedom, human rights, and the happiness of our life together. And so I support Tibetans to fight for freedom and also to fight for to be recognized by the world. Tibet belongs to Tibetans. And I think the most recognized nation by the world and the most recognized ethnic, that is Tibet. and the Tibetan people. So this is the success by His Holiness and its people. I'm very happy for this because also as one of the leaders of the overseas Chinese democracy movement, I feel so lucky that I can learn so much from you. And I will do my best to always, forever always, to stand beside you. And until one day that Tibet is free. And also, I will fight for a free China at the same time. Thank you very much.
First, I would like to apologize for being late. The itinerary I received was Chilo Hotel, so I went there to wait. It took me a long time to find here. I'm sorry, very sorry. I represent this group, Shareways, establishing since 1996. Our mission is that to help the Han Chinese and the Tibetan to understand each other, because whatever, we are neighbors and we are two big nations. Our culture has many differences, but has also many common values. We always respect the Tibetan people for being peaceful, and peaceful is also a main concept of Chinese culture. The tragic is that the Chinese Communist Party, who did not represent China, they are illegitimate, but they took over, they invaded Tibet. Before that, Chinese and the Tibetan did not have much trouble. And I think there's only once Manchu emperor tried to conquer Tibet in 1991, anyways, around that year. So that's because they felt the threat from the British, so they wanted to take Tibet. But then this general was executed by the revolutionists after Xinhai Geming. The founder of Republic of China had some idea. Actually, the Han nationalists did not want to have that. They only wanted to have the 19 provinces that the Ming Dynasty had. They had not been interested in Tibet, Mongolia, and other places. But there was a new concept brought out by Liang Qicao, and Sun Yat-sen take it. That means it's actually, they had an idea of a political nation, that different ethnic groups could live under one frame of constitution. It was not a bad idea, but they made a terrible mistake that a political nation should be built on the basis of self-volunteer. That means we did not ask Tibetan people if they want to join with us. We just inherited everything from the Manchu Empire. So that's what I think. As a Chinese, I feel I must apologize to the Tibetan people, not only because of the brutality that the Chinese Communist Party gave to them, but also as an ordinary Chinese, any Chinese who love their country, and they thought that they liked Tibetan too, but they did not notice that they violated the Tibetans' rights. So our group, the mission, is to make this understanding between these two Tibetan and the Chinese, and we want to help each other and to get freedom. Not only for free China and also for free Tibet. And we believe that at that time, on that day, and Tibetan people should have the right to decide whatever they want. We will support them. We are obliged to support them.